Alright, this is Glenda Doyle from the Ozark Mountain Homestead Doyle, and I just finished 2 videos of my yard and front yard, backyard, and a few other things, and I'm going to do a 3rd one here. The reason I'm not on here, I'm doing this on my camera phone. I meant my phone camera. That didn't sound right. Anyway, from my phone camera. My Osmo camera was giving me problems with the lighting, and so I kind of gave up on it. So I'm just doing it for my phone, and in order for me to be on here and then turn it to, you know, where I can see what I'm videoing, it's a little tricky. So I'm just not going to be on there. If you want to see what I look like, you might just have to go to one of my other videos. So nobody was here to help me, so my husband helped me to get started a while ago, and then the thing abruptly quit in the middle of one, so I had to delete it and just do it by myself. Alright, out here is my ugly bed. It's actually from a distance with the color, it's not bad. You know, as I said in one of my other videos, it didn't turn out good. It didn't turn out the way I had imagined it would. So the daylilies are beginning to bloom again a little bit. Of course, the iris won't bloom till spring, but I had an assortment of like wildflowers in there that didn't do very well. I have a few things that did make it. The zinnias, you see, are all volunteer from seed that fell off, because I normally put zinnias out in that middle part of the bed there. Next year, I'm thinking something, I don't know what yet, but I'm going to have to get a low-growing something that will give me bloom all summer, and the wind can't mess it up so bad. Though a lot of those zinnias right now are laid down from the wind, but they branch and turn up and start blooming again. But I just don't know what I'm going to do there. I've been thinking on that, but I'm going to keep that around the edges. I want to keep the daylilies and iris, and then I have some blank spots in there I'm going to fill in with something. I'm not sure what. Around the edges there. I think I had put lavender in those spots and it didn't do. So there's a few spots that I need to fill in, or I may put some more iris. I don't know. Oh, my zinnias are growing along the fence here. I came out the other day. I was going to deadhead them. I tried to keep them deadheaded. If you saw my video that I posted recently that was made actually back in the summer, they didn't look nearly this bad. They were beautiful. But I saw this and I thought, I'm not going to deadhead. I'm going to just leave them alone, let them all go to seed. Because there wouldn't be much left if I deadheaded them. They got kind of neglected. There's so much going on. But they have been beautiful this year. And that vine on the fence there, and then a little further down, that is those apple gourds. I had never done apple gourds until this year. Holy cow. I probably have 50 apple gourds. I entered one in the fair this year, our county fair, and got first place on it. Happy about that. But there's a little one hanging here that didn't get a chance to get any bigger because I accidentally cut the wrong place on the vine, got rid of it. The sunflowers, if y'all saw a video like I was talking about, the one I recently posted, the sunflowers were in their glory then, but you know, everything runs its course. And I've cut a lot of the seed heads, bloom heads for seed, so I've got probably enough seed to plant this whole place. Okay, the garden looks pretty sad. My yarrow, it's hanging in there, doing good. There's some of those apple gourds. See, I put some I started the seed in one of the raised beds, and I took several of them out and planted them in the ground, and they didn't do as well, of course, as the ones in the raised bed, because the soil was better in those raised beds. But I left one plant in the raised bed where they started, and I took two and put it in another raised bed. And that's what you can see way over there, all over that cattle panel. And these here, we cut these things. Actually, we pulled all of this out, and it's already come back. This is those ground cherries. They're all coming up out here, everywhere. They've taken over. But the apple gourds, holy cow. Just look at this. Still got some carrots going in here. Yeah, those apple gourds, I mean, they're still blooming. They're putting on new gourds. They're all up under here. I mean, oh my, they went out of this bed and crossed over and climbed the fence. It's just unreal. Yeah. There's like 4 laying in there, plus all of these hanging. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I just wanted to see if I could grow apple gourds. Little bitty ones, all sizes. Tomatoes over here, they have made so many tomatoes. I don't even know how many tomatoes I have canned. Made salsa, put them in vegetable soup, made tomato soup. And there's still some on there. They're on their way out, but they've done good. But they're toward the end of their producing. We begin to have problems with those old, I call them tomato worms. Some people call them hornworms, whatever, which I absolutely can't stand. They just give me cold chills. But we weren't bothered with them for a very long time. But I see damage on these now. But they're going to be history too. But yeah, we don't have any on here that's ripe. And I needed some tomatoes for a salad, and it just really bothered me to have to buy tomatoes after having all these out here. I mean, but we didn't have any out here ripe enough. So, yeah, I hated to have to go buy them. Of course, they're not nearly as good either. And this mound of foliage, that's those lima beans that, in one of the videos, the one I posted here a while back, there was very little foliage. Didn't know if they were going to do anything. Well, they haven't really produced much as far as the beans. I did get enough off for a meal, and that's been it. It's blooming, but they're just not doing anything except going to the foliage. So I guess I won't mess with trying to grow those again. My peppers. See, there's some more of those apple gourds. Things are taking over. I had no idea they would be that prolific. Then we got our crop of grass over there. Weeds. Man. Then we got these peppers. Banana peppers need to be picked. Those things, we've always made more of those than we could ever think about eating. We used to bag them up, take them to church, give them away. So, but there's apple gourds out in those weeds over there. And of course, our watermelons this year, we got 8. Well, we got 7 that were good melons. In fact, you might have seen one in that last video out on that patio thing. That was our last one, but some really good melons we did this year. And the noodle beans, well, they're drying up. And the flat green beans I had further down on this arbor, they really produce well. I put up I don't know how many pints of those this year, canned them. And of course, the butter beans here, I don't know what their deal is about putting on so much growth, but the beans are not filling out. They did really good in the beginning. I put up, I don't know, probably 20 quarts of them this year in the freezer. I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. Lots of blooms, lots of little beans, but they don't fill out. The purple hull peas really made a lot. I mean, I don't know. I put up, I think it was 25 quarts in the freezer, and I don't know how many we gave away, but it was a bunch. The okra has done pretty good. We got some of the stalks in there that died. We don't know what did that. Won't have a clue. With the corn, we planted the fall corn, and it's so-so. And these cool nights we've been having hadn't helped it, so I don't know if we're going to get anything out of here or not. There's several ears out there, but it's a mess. Purple hull peas have crossed over and growing out in the middle of all of that. And there's something volunteer here. I'm not sure. I think that's a gourd. I thought at first it might have been cucumber, which I really was hoping it would, because I planted some more cucumbers. That's what I was going to say a while ago. Where we had those flat green beans, I planted some cucumbers, and they didn't even bother to come up. And replanted some squash, and they didn't come up. I don't know what was wrong. But this is a bunch of purple hull peas right here. You can see these. That's where when we would shell peas and just bring the peas out here and dump them, the shells in the garden. Some of the had some peas left in them, and this is where they've come up volunteer, and they've got a lot of peas on them. But I'm done with those. I would like to get some more okra. I just planted that one row, but okra likes the hot weather. It's not too much on cool weather. It doesn't do much. We got a big old okra plant way down there that came up volunteer. It's got some pods on it. It's probably a foot long. We just left them alone. But our cantaloupes didn't do that great, and neither did the honeydews. I don't know what was wrong. But I don't know if y'all can see beyond the garden out there, the blueberry field. I think most of them are doing okay. We've had to water them. We didn't get enough rain, but they're I just hope we don't lose a bunch of them. This ground is soft now. We got a good rain the other day. Morning glories. I was hoping I could get out here while my blue ones were blooming. Get a picture of them. The blue ones don't seem to bloom until September. Yeah, they're all closed up right now. But I have had some blue ones blooming. You doggies, y'all come on. Bug, Rudy, come on. Come on. My little shadows. And our wood chips over there. Trying to get around to putting down the wood chips on the blueberries one day. Last Sunday morning, about 3 a.m., we got a phone call that our son, who lives about straight through about 1.5 miles from us, but by the road about 6 miles, his house was on fire. And so it didn't level it, but they did have to consider it, 100% damage. He had remodeled a house that had been gorgeous work, and it's just sickening. That's all I can say. But like I told him, it's something you can't undo. You just look to the future, don't look back. But he had really put a lot of himself. He's very good. Builds furniture, cabinets, and all that. And the insurance adjuster was just blown away with his workmanship of what he could see. But making his house twice the value that, it would have been. But anyway, he's going to have to rebuild, and my husband's going to be helping with that. But he's got a lot of support, a lot of people coming out to help, and that's good. But that's kind of going to slow things down for us around here. But this time of the year, there's not that much. So the garden's done. I mean, except for getting in there and cleaning it up. And I don't think, unless we don't get to freeze tomorrow night, I don't think there's going to be anything left to harvest. But all right, well, I guess I've rambled on enough. Still haven't got that mulch out over here. I'm on a list of things to do. Lord, it gets longer all the time. I was thinking there was something else I wanted to show y'all. I had the zinnias that I planted along the front fence here on the outside of the fence that they've done good. But after a while, those things they I guess get tired, and I wish I knew what causes those spots on the leaves on zinnias. These haven't done it as bad as the ones along the garden fence. I don't know why, but some of these things have gotten almost as tall as I am, which that's not much, but I'm 5'2". Yeah, well, this one right here is almost. Yeah, they've been really pretty. The calendulas that I put among them, I think I've only seen one that's still alive, and it actually looks like it might bloom. I don't know what happened with the others. So I've never really done anything with calendulas. So, but I'll probably put something else in here next year. I'm not sure what. I had the blue bachelor buttons in here earlier in the spring. That's what usually is in here every year. So they come back volunteer. So that's probably what I'll start out with, and then change to something else whenever they get looking bad. But I think that's it. I sure was hoping my blue morning glories would show up. If I could have gotten out here a little earlier, I could have gotten them, but it's been a crazy day today. So, a lot going on. Alright, well, I'm going to go and hope y'all enjoyed this one. Let my doggies out of the garden. I don't let them in the garden. Yeah, this is Bug on this side, and the other one is Rudy. They're my babies. Rudy just turned 10 years old in July, and Bug, we're not real sure on his age. We think he's about 2 or 3 years younger. He just appeared at our house one time a few years ago. We lived in a different place, and nobody claimed him. We tried to find the owner, never could find it, so we just kept him. So yeah, he's part of the family. Okay, I'm gonna go, and I'll try maybe see y'all in another video for too much longer. There's not a whole lot to see this time of the year. I was hoping that if we didn't get a freeze, our colors are just starting to kind of turn here. The leaves and some of the trees, we're seeing a tint of color, but if we get that freeze, we're going to have color. All right, it's going to be brown and everything on the ground. But actually, that tree right there, you see, it's getting some color, and the dogwood here is getting some color. We were hoping, we'd have a nice year for color, but I don't know if that's going to happen or not. But if we do, then I'm going to try to get out and get some video of our colors up here. But and I guess November will be here, and we may get some snow this year from what they're saying. So, but that's about it for now. And so, like I said, I hope y'all enjoy it. And if you got any comments, questions, whatever, love to hear from you. So, bye for now.